Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. Today we are in Altea Old Town, an incredible, picturesque, gorgeous and unusual place situated just a few kilometers from Benidorm town. Here you can come comfortably with a rented vehicle, with a vehicle of your own, maybe even a bicycle if you don't mind slightly longer rides, or with a bus number 10 that will bring you every 20 minutes to Altea. Just ask the bus driver to let you know where to hop off, and you will be able to enjoy the gorgeous Altea Old Town. In summer, it's full of life. There's a lot of street artists playing music, selling some handcrafts and paintings, different types of accessories of natural materials. Even a man that does figures, colorful figures of different long balloons, which children absolutely enjoy, and some adults as well. But what about it in winter? What's winter like in Altea Old Town? What you can expect if you will be coming here outside of the tourism season. Right now we're heading towards mid-January, so this is what you might expect. A lot of these places are closed. This is one of the main access points towards the old town of Altea. And this is from the back side of it. So the sea, the front line of the sea is almost in front of us and slightly to the right side. As we can see, there are some businesses on one of these main streets, mostly restaurants, cafeterias, bars that are open right now. This one right here is called El Paso de Altea, which is like the walk or the street, the promenade of Altea. This is a restaurant that has some nice meals, and it looks really quiet here in the area. By the way, it's Friday night, so it should be kind of busy. But this is what it looks like on Friday. 19.50, that's what menu of the day costs in this restaurant, which includes some entrees, rices, meat or fish. And this is a normal price. This is not the most expensive that you will see in Altea Old Town, because this is the touristic side of it. This is where locals don't really go that much unless they want something specific and they want to celebrate and want a fancier restaurant or with a gorgeous views. That's basically the only reason. If it's not the case, usually locals tend to go towards the beach promenade and the first line of the sea. That's where the vast majority of popular places are located. Some rooms. And this is a hostel that right now doesn't seem to work. There do not seem to be any kind of lights in it. A lot of these businesses are closed. It's all taped with paper so that people would not be able to see what's happening on the inside. A lot of these businesses, such as even souvenir shops that's right here in front of us, are not open any longer, which is strange. But if you look at the streets, maybe that's even better, because there's not a lot of people here at all. It's empty, absolutely empty. We are making our way towards the church square, which is towards our right side. And right here in front of us, there's a lovely yogurt place. At least that's what it is in summer season. In winter, there's literally nothing out here. This is a yogurt, waffles, ice cream places where you can buy some slushies, smoothies, milk, cocktails, etc. Right now, it's all closed. A lot of people that are walking down the streets are locals, surprisingly. A lot of them are Spanish speaking. There are a couple of tourists that decided to have a lovely evening walk, but not much more than that. Oh, look at this. The therapy of capricho. Capricho is something that you desperately want and you don't need it. That's our hubby helping us to film once again. Lately, my husband, is the one who's helping us film the night videos, because we've seen some crazy people around, and he just doesn't want me to go on my own. So this is what's happening from now on. Not sure what's going on, but We've seen some insane screaming. We've seen some insane, in general, how people act. So that is why we have our particular bodyguard these days. Not only with me, in general, people just scream at people and just behave with an improper, unusual, strange behavior. Some lovely, lovely restaurants. Look at this. A lot of the places here in Altea have unique designs, so check it out. This is the price. You can pause it if you want. Salad caprese, for example, 12 euros 50. They have pizzas, they have entrees. Specialty of the house, 22.50, which is a fish with bread with some potatoes maybe on the side, or a salad on the side, as you prefer. And these tend to be very, very small places. Some unique restaurants out here tend to be quite small, in typical Spanish house, with some interesting, unusual decorations that they've put by themselves or they've purchased somewhere. We actually have a video here on the channel from one of the restaurants like this, and I'm gonna try and find it for you and put it here on the screen, the main photo and how it was named, so that you would be able to find it by yourselves. Just put the name in our videos list and it will pop up directly. You'll be able to see the unusual design and some nice and interesting meals that you can find out there. Winter is some of the quieter times here in Altea, but even so, you're able to discover some unique finds. Obviously, if you want to see some more open businesses, the best time to visit it is during daytime. But even at night, look at this, how nice. Tourists go home. That's incredible. We love Altea, or we love tourists go home. I don't know. But that's the thing. A lot of people who, I can get that people don't want such a huge amount of tourists that they receive in summer, probably. I absolutely get it. Not only international tourists, don't get them wrong, in general, Spanish tourists too. So I get that people who live here might be slightly over of all this situation. They just want to get rid of tourists and live their happy life. What these people don't get is that this area is sustained over tourism. A lot of people who live here work in the tourism industry. If there's not going to be any tourism here, a lot of people will lose their jobs. That's as serious as it can get. People will be homeless and without a job. That's what it is. And that's what it will be if things like this will ever happen. This is the historical part of Altea. It's very important for the town. It has some of the best viewpoints of the town, some nice restaurants, obviously the famous church. And there's a lot to discover out here. So obviously this area will be touristic. It's the same as, say, go home tourists from Benidorm's Old Town. These are some oldest, most authentic streets of the village. This is where it all started. This is where the history comes from. So not visiting it is almost not an option. And obviously these tiny streets hold a huge piece of history of this lovely town. So it's a shame that some people just still don't get that, since our region is mostly built on tourism industry. What's going to be happening if no one will be visiting it with all the families that live here? This is slightly bizarre that people do say things like this, right? There are a lot of artists who live here, by the way. Look at this. This is so nice. Nicely painted houses, wooden authentic doors, maybe with some specific colors of the sea or of Altea Old Town that are white and blue. More or less like some Greek islands do, by the way. There's some nice ice cream. Oh, so many macarons. Look at this. I'm a fan of sweet things like cakes, macarons, etc. So this place is closing down. Probably it's an ice cream place too, but right now in winter, they do mostly serve desserts, which is a great alternative for winter time. Look at this. This is a boutique shop where you can get some nice, expensive quality wines or even olive oil, which is a liquid gold already here in Spain. The bottle of 1 liter costs you around 10 euros, and it's not even a fancy one, it's just a regular one. So a lot of people buy it as a gift. Even the containers are dressed up with old pictures of Altea, which is actually very, very nice. And I love the effort that the town hall of Altea is putting in to make it even nicer for all those who live here and those who are visiting Altea. Even Christmas decorations are still on. That's also something typical. Probably towards the end of January, once they will have time, they will take down all the decorations. The only difference is that they are not on any longer. They're just standing here, occupying the space and waiting for their time to come. What I do like, and this is something new, I think, is extra light that they've put on. See, on the roof, there's some extra light systems. The same with the church of Altea. It's exactly the same. They've put some more light on it, and it even changes like a color. It's more on the pink side, which gives it a special magical touch. There are a lot of sculptures art here. There is a lot of monuments and a lot of art. Many artists come to Altea to get inspired and create their best art pieces while being here in the city. And look at the views. These views are gorgeous. Right in front of us, we can see the whole entire Altea town, plus Albeer and a piece of Benidorm's skyline. Benidorm can also be seen right from here. And you can see there's a lot of light in that particular part. That's where the city is located. Here you can see it slightly better. This is a great part of our region, and I would definitely recommend you to visit Altea if you will be here somewhere around. The bus stops right there on the main road. And the good thing is that not only bus 10 is available for you to come to Altea, there's also a train service that is right in front of us, right where we've showed you with the arrow. This is the tram station, and you can hop off and go up until Altea Old Town. Obviously, there's much more to see. Make sure you see the brand new promenade by Altea Beachfront that they've just did last year. Make sure you visit the main avenue where the municipal hall, where the town hall is located. There's a lot of shops out there, and some people do let us know that what if they have mobility issues? What if you're going with a scooter, with a mobility vehicle, and you're not able to climb all the stairs? Because you know that Altea Old Town is quite high up the hill. There's a lot of stairs, and people are afraid there's not going to be any kind of alternative option for them to come here. And when it's partially true that the access is slightly difficult, there are roads where cars go up until the top, up until the church. So while it's not going to be maybe the best views, this is going to be just like roads where the car tend to go. But still, you are able to come no problem at all and access a lot of these streets with your mobility vehicle. So don't worry if you have one. Don't worry if you use mobility scooter. You will be able to enjoy all the entire old town of Altea and have a lovely walk around. Maybe grab some warm drink because at night it's cooling down quite a lot. Some people did mention to us that they thought it's not as chilly here in the area, but at night, mostly 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, it's when temperatures do actually drop, and we face around 4, 5 degrees. Right here in front of us, we have the gorgeous church, which is one of the main symbols, situated on the church square. By the way, this is how it's called, Plaza de la Iglesia, and directly here in summer, it's where the very, very talented man who makes colorful balloons for the children is usually located. A great professional, I must say. And this church is called the Church of Nuestra Señora del Consuelo. It's spectacular on the inside. It's an incredible buildings, and this is a symbol that you will be able to find on a lot of the magnets or any kind of paintings, whatever you find as a souvenir here in Altea town. One of the oldest streets leads us towards the bottom part and one of the several main entrances to the old town part and to the castle part. Here is where some fancier restaurants are located. Crown of India, for example, being one of them, and it leads you towards the nice terrace with panoramic views. These places are actually open. However, you cannot see anyone inside because it takes quite a while to get towards the actual restaurant place. In Boca Lupo, this is a pizza and Italian type of place restaurant too. Every single place of these is so unique. We definitely recommend you to come here, but if you're willing to get some panoramic views or some special place, special table, special occasion, book it in advance because a lot of these places will just give you a table that they have right now. And if you want something with the best views possible, always call them beforehand because like this you will be able to book the nicest place probably inside of the restaurant wherever you go. There are also some souvenir shops out here that are closed right now, which are these ones towards the right side, simply because it's winter. It's even if it's a Friday night, look at this. Everything is closed. The vast majority of these businesses are closed. It's sad, true, but some of these lovely colors that we have here, authentic orange trees, some nice squares with terraces that are still open to public, both locals and tourists, can actually brighten up your evening. A very nice place, El Castel. This is the square of the castle, it's called. Very, very nice, comfortable place to be. And in summer, with the natural shade from all the orange trees and olive trees around us, it's one of the perfect places to spend the evening. Actually, in summer, all these terraces are busy and there is barely any space at all to sit down and have some nice drink. So if you are here in winter, the places that are open, all of them probably will have some space for you. Surrounded by gorgeous mountains where sometimes in winter we're able to see just a tiniest bit of snow and gorgeous views of all the entire bay. These are some of the streets how you could access potentially the old town. There are many unique art pieces hiding in the old town. Make sure you see them all. And then you can let us know which ones you did find because they're quite surprising. Thank you for accompanying us on today's short walk down Altea.